Welcome at this morning yoga practice. Let us first come down into a cross-legged seated position, as you want to use maybe a block or a cushion, just so that you don't have too much tension in your upper legs, and also will make sure you can keep the torso and the spine long. So I'm just quickly going to pop onto a block for this moment, keeping my legs in an easy pose, which means that you, instead of having them cross-legged, will have them just stacked in front of one another. And just going to sit here and just going to, for a moment, come onto the mat. Close your eyes for a second. Just feel where it is that your body makes contact with the mat. Your sit bones are rooted into your cushion or block, maybe onto your mat. You feel that your spine is long. You can always lift up the shoulders on an inhale and gently roll them back. On the exhale, opening up your chest. The back of the neck long, and then slightly tuck in the chin. And now that you're here, gently open up your eyes again. And if you want to use your Ujjayi breaths, this is a nice moment to bring it into your practice. So this is this ocean sound breath in the back of your throat. By contracting the vocal cords, you will hear this up. And then you close your mouth. You keep continuing this way of breathing. And then on your next inhale, you're going to start by lifting the chest. You're going to have the hands resting onto the knees or the legs. You're going to look up. You're going to arch your spine. Exhale, you're going to round the spine. And now your eyes are going to walk down. You're going to look in to your groin. Maybe you look down to your heels. Inhale, look up again. Lifting the chest, opening it up. Front of the spine and the body gets a nice stretch. Exhale, start to round the spine again, and especially in the top, nice to round it, and the neck rounding. Inhale, start looking up. Exhale, letting down. One last round. Inhale, start to breathe in. All new energy of the day. And then exhale. Let go of everything that happened in the night. So, from here, we're going to remove the blocks for a second. Because we're going to have our legs flat onto one side. And if it does feel uncomfortable, you can always put a block on the first knee, or you can maybe put it on the second knee. See what feels best. What you just want to have is that you can at least sit comfortably straight up. So I'm just going to make a little twist, make it easier to demonstrate. So when you are here now, and again you have that long spine, see if it's possible to have both hip bones onto the mat. You place the left hand behind you. The right hand going to be placed on top of the knee of your left leg. And then you're going to inhale to lengthen here. Exhale to twist the torso towards the left. Maybe look into the left side of your room. You start to move the left hand back a little. And you keep on breathing in the twist. One last round of breath here. Exhale. And without any breathing, first move your body out of the twist. And then start picking up the breathing again. And then you're going to swap the legs onto the other end. And here's the same. If it feels that there's any discomfort, please feel free to help yourself here a little bit. Because everything what we're doing nowadays is finding the new normal. And that is the same thing that it can be applied onto your mat. And then off the mat, finding the normal. What works now for you? So here is, and I find that my body is this end less comfortable. So yes, I want to help it. I want to make it feel comfortable. So here we go, having some of my props ready. Now again, having the right hand behind me. And then the left hand is going to rest onto the right knee. So inhale here to lengthen your spine. And then exhale, you're going to twist to the right side of your torso. Maybe even have your right hand walking back a little bit more. Start looking into the right side of your room. So maybe with every exhale you feel that there's a little more space to come into the twist. And maybe there's not. And that is then also okay. One last cycle of breath here in your twist. And after you have exhaled, before you return to breathing, come on to your twist. Remove any prop that you were using. And come meet me into a child pose. So knees are going to be as wide as the mat is. Or tucked in a little, feel what feels most comfortable for you. Your toes are going to be touching. And then the sit bones are going to move into the direction of the heels. You're going to stretch out your arms all the way. You're going to breathe here for a second. Let your forehead rest onto your mat. And then let go of wherever you are in your cycle of breath. And then you're going to inhale, walk your hands back. Come seated onto your heels. You're going to bring the knees wide as the hips out. Sit up straight with your torso. Exhale here. Feel the gravity. Feel yourself resting onto your mat. Inhale, lift up your arms. Come standing onto your knees, all the way up. Look in between your hands. Exhale, start by keep looking up. Bring the hands onto the hips. Try to walk them as much as you can towards one another. Exhale here. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, opening your chest. Exhale, with keeping this pressure of your hands into your lower back. See if there's space for a little back bend this early morning. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Walk them a little further than you would so that you feel that your body is going to turn into some sort of assisted plank. And then you're going to exhale. Bend your elbows, lower yourself down, but only bring your chin down, bring your chest down, but let the sit bones pointing up. And then let go of that, move it all the way down to the mat. Use your inhale to roll your shoulders up and back and peel the front of the body off the mat in your cobra. Opening up the front, keeping the hand palms firm into the mat. Exhale, come back to hands and knees. You curl under the toes and come into the first down dog of the morning. And here, pedal your feet, move them from left to right. So basically move for whatever feels good for your body right now. And if it feels that a down dog at this time of the day is a little much, Then bend the knees, bend the elbows slightly as well, and then you'll find that of course there is still a lot of things going on and energy going in many ways, but it is less heavy. Then maybe try to straighten your legs, having the heels as close as possible towards your mat. Keep on going here. And then on an exhale, you're going to bend the knees. You're going to look between the hands. And you're going to walk yourself towards the front of the mat. You're going to keep the feet hip width apart. Inhale, straighten the spine. Bend your knees. If you're more than engaged, pull the navel in and up. And then have with your arm as straight as possible. So you're seated with the lower part of your body. Inhale, start by lifting the arms up. Just the arms in your torso. You stay seated into this chair pose. Make sure there is space between your shoulders and your ears. If you want to, you can have your hands touch. Keep them just in line with the shoulder width. Exhale, lower them down again, come into a fold. Inhale, start by straightening as much as possible the legs. Keep the fingertips onto the mat or the shins and straighten the spine. Exhale to make the fold again. Flatten both hands flat onto the mat. Step the left foot back, then the right foot back, and you're on your high plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, bring the knees down, flat both feet, and then lower your torso by bending the elbows, keeping them close to the body till you're all the way down. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Start peeling yourself up and keep pressing these hands and the feet into the mat. Exhale, come back to hands and knees. You curl under the toes and you come back into your down dog. Inhale, lift up the right leg, point the toes. Exhale, make a big step with the right foot in between your hands. Let these toes be in line with the top of your fingers. Left foot 10 to the hour, flat onto the mat. The outside of that foot keeps pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up, fly to the front. Come up into the warrior one. Your right knee is in line with the right ankle there. The knee is never going further than the first, and then if that happens, then you can always adjust yourself. Hips are pointing towards the front. Then use your exhale to open your body, twist it over towards the left side. The left foot is now going to be parallel to the short side of the mat there. Your arms are wide, parallel to the floor. You are in warrior two pose. One last cycle of breath here. And next inhalation, straighten your right leg, your front leg, and then pivot on the heel, lift up the toes of the right foot, turn them inwards. And then if possible, because we're going to be in a wide leg stand, have your toes turned in just a little bit. And why? You will create some space in your lower back. So, it's just really nice to do. Have the legs engaged, and then when we're here, you're going to first have the hands grab behind you. And if you have a block, I would recommend for a second to have the block. You can also have the block like here, or the block like that. You're just waking up here, so you just don't want to overstretch too much, but it might be that for you it is just fine and you have so much flexibility in your shoulders that you can have your hands intertwined behind your back. So when you're there, use your inhale to roll your shoulders up and back, opening up the front of the chest, and as if somebody pulls the hand slightly towards the mat. And then an exhale, we're going to start to make a forward fold, but you're going to keep the arms just the way that they are. So make sure that they stay engaged, energetic. As you go into a forward fold, distributing the weight equally between the feet, between the front and the back of the 4 points into this feet. And then the next inhale, you come back up, keep the feet engaged into the mat. You let go of the hands, shake them out maybe just a little bit. Then you're going to have the left foot now, pivot on the heel, turn the toes out so they're pointing into the short side of the mat. Maybe make the step a little bit smaller. You're going to keep that right foot now parallel to the short side of that side of your mat. And then you're going to lift up the arms. They're parallel on an inhale. Exhale, bend the front knee to meet into the warrior two pose. And again, this knee stays in line with that left foot. Keep pressing the outside of the right foot into the mat. Looking to the direction of the left hand. And then lower both arms onto the exhale. Going to pivot again now on your heel, but you're going to turn the toes in towards the warrior two pose, so that's going to be 10 past the hour. Maybe walk the left foot out slightly so you have a bit more space into the stand to have both hips twisted and facing now the left side up to the mat. So when you're here, you're going to use the inhale to lift up your arms. Exhale to stay here, to ground into warrior one pose in the other end. I'm going to turn around onto the mat, change from day to night. Exhale, lower both hands, frame the left foot, and then flat onto the mat, step the left foot back into your high plank. Inhale into the plank here. And I'm now going to guide us through a chaturanga into a up dog. So if you want to do what we just did yet, then go ahead and otherwise follow me. Inhale. Make your plank really strong. Exhale. Bend elbows. Come onto the top of the toes. Up until you move them to the ground. Inhale. Roll your shoulders back and open. Push yourself now with your toes again towards the front, opening up in your up dog. Having the feet press into the mat, having the hands making good contact. Exhale, hands to knees or you crown to the toes, and then you meet us again into the down dog. And does it feel any difference, this down dog, to the one we just had before? Keep rotating the top of your arms inwards as if the armpits want to say hello to one another. Your hand palms are making a good grip. And your heels have the ambition to one day either to reach the mat, or maybe you're already at the mat, moving into that direction. Whilst the sit bones want to shine the light onto your ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees. Look between the hands. And then step the right foot and the left foot towards the front. Keeping the feet hip distance apart. Bend the knees, come seated with the legs as if we're going to come into a chair. Straighten both arms. Hand palms are facing the outside of your ankle joints. Inhale, lift up the arms via the front. Your lower part stays into the seat. Inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale for strength. Exhale to come into the seat. And then lower both hands down for the forward fold. Keep the fingertips onto the mat or onto the shins. We're going to inhale. We're going to straighten the spine. Exhale. Forward fold again. Inhale. Come up with your hands by the front. Start lifting the torso all the way into the standing pose. Exhale, lower the arms. And turn around onto the mat. Inhale, lift your arms high in front. Exhale, make a forward fold again. Hinge from your hips. And then bend the knees. And then keep bending them up until you are on the toes. So we're going to do on the toes. So we're going to do a little balance here. So when you are on the both of the feet, maybe spread the toes a little bit so they make good contact with the mat. You can feel them, if you press them even firm into your mat. And when you're here, you're going to gently lift up the torso a little bit. Think of your Mula Bandha, of engaging them. Having the hands to touch to one another. And it helps for balance, have these both hands touching. If you press them towards each other, you feel that it creates some balance. And then maybe, if you feel up for a little challenge, start by lifting the heels. So there is a smaller surface. Look at the spot in front of you that doesn't move. A lot of concentration. One last cycle of breath. And let go of the hands. Walk them in front. And then maybe start by shaking out the left leg whilst you are in the tabletop. The right leg. Left maybe once more. And then right two as well. Walk your hands back, swing your legs by the side to come seated into the step pose. You remove your sit flash, keep the legs engaged, your feet stay flexed. Place both hands behind you, finger pointing towards the front. And then inhale, roll the shoulders back and open, lifting the chest. Exhale, bend the elbows slightly, keep the leg engaged, feet flexed, and start by rounding the spine. And now you look down into the ground again. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and open, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Bend the elbows towards the back. Start by looking towards your navel again. And then come back on an inhale on a neutral position for the spine. Place the left foot and then the right foot flat onto the mat. Inhale, lift the shoulders back and open. Exhale, press your feet and your hands into the mat. Feel the little lift happening of the buttocks of the mat. And then keep pressing that downward energy and use that to slowly lift up the hips, keep the feet engaged, make sure that the knees stay in line with the hips. And then if you want to, You can have the head hang towards back if it doesn't create too much tension. Breathe here. Exhale, lower the sit bones back. We can choose to do that again, or we can do a little bit where we also going to have the legs engaged, making it a little bit of a balancing, but also a hip opener so that we can release all the tension that we've had in the night before we go on to the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the right leg. So you can help the right leg by placing the outside of the ankle onto the left knee. And then again, we're going to do the same, but then the legs are going to be as how they are right now. So inhale, you roll your shoulders back and open. Exhale, and you can keep the right foot flexed. You're going to press the left foot and hands into the mat. You're going to lift yourself up like this. And again, keep the hands engaged, keep the weight distributed. Lift up the hips as high as you can. One last cycle of breath here. And then you exhale, lower the hips gently and with ease, placing the right foot back. And then change into now the left leg on top of the right knee. Fingers stay pointing towards the front, have the right foot engaged, feel this full point of the foot making contact, keeping your left foot flexed, protecting the knee. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and open, and then exhale, press the hands firmly into the mat, right foot, and start by lifting up the hips. Keep on breathing. Keep the left foot engaged. One last cycle of breath. And exhale, lower yourself gently and with ease back onto the and on the exhale, lower yourself gently and with ease back to the mat. Straighten out the left leg and the right leg. For the last pose before we go into the Savasana. So the toes are going to be pointed. Fingers going to point towards the front. You're going to inhale, roll the shoulders back and open. Exhale, going to again press the hands, press the heels and lift yourself off the mat. Feel what feels comfortable. It can be that it is just here, it can be that it's comfortable here, or it can be that you want to go further while your toes touch the mat. Feet are almost flat onto the mat, hand palms stay engaged. Exhale, come back. Come back, lie flat onto your mat. Have the feet turned out naturally or inwards. Roll your shoulders a little bit so you can comfortably have the hand palms facing upwards. The back of your spine is long. Your chin is tight. Your chin is slightly tucked in. And then inhale, you're going to bring both knees towards the chest. And then exhale, you're going to, with your whole body, roll to the right in a fetal position, using the right arm as a little cushion. Feeling body, lying flat onto your mat. Feel where it is that your body makes contact with your mat or with your floor. How does the floor or mat feel? Is it cold? Is it warm? And then inhale, come back to center with the knees, come onto the back. And then exhale, come into the fetal pose onto the other end. On the left side, using the left arm as a little cushion. Now how does it feel on this end? You maybe have a favorite side to lie on. And I come back on an inhale in the middle. Straighten out both legs, let go of your ujjayi breath. And come back to your normal way of breathing. Relaxing the muscles in between the eyebrows. And focusing on where it is that your body makes contact with your mat. With the floor. How does it feel? Can you maybe note it without judging it? It's just cold. It feels warm. And now come back to the left side to your body. Bring the knees, come into the fetal pose. Use the right hand on your inhale to lift the torso up, keeping the eyes closed. Bringing the legs for the cross-legged position. Hands are in front of your heart. Gently open up your eyes. I hope you have a lovely day today. Thank you for joining. Namaste.